Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. Authorities in the DRC have issued a fresh alert following a suspected Ebola outbreak in the southern Kasai province. A 34-year-old pregnant woman has tested positive for the Zaire strain of the virus, bringing the number of suspected cases to 28 with 15 reported deaths. Health Minister Roger Kamba emphasized that these figures are provisional as investigations continue. This marks the country's 15th Ebola outbreak, with the most severe occurring between 2018 and 2020. The last outbreak was recorded in 2022. In Kenya, over 38 million people face the threat of preventable diseases due to poor sanitation. A joint report by the World Health Organization and UNICEF reveals that most of the population lacks access to safely managed sanitation services. DW's Lucy Riley reports from Nairobi.
The report highlights a troubling reality. 72% of Kenyans do not have access to safely managed sanitation, underscoring a nationwide crisis that reflects broader challenges across Africa. While access to clean water is gradually improving, 28% of the population still lacks basic drinking water, leaving many households vulnerable to diseases. Children are especially affected, with 1 in 3 schools lacking essential water services. Although governments have pledged reforms, progress remains slow. Communities are now calling for urgent investment and greater accountability. Let's hear what some Kenyans have to say.
What they have to do is to check every corner of the country, because even urban areas, we don't have water. It is a problem with water. So people go, we call it what? Boreholes. They use boreholes water mostly.
The sanitation in this area is actually poor, whereby sewages burst everywhere, and you can see the water, the dirty water spilled everywhere. We should be provided with a lot of facilities of water and toilets. I think the government should make sure that the pipes are repaired and also the sewages are also repaired.
You will find somebody is dumping everywhere. So even ourselves, we should commit ourselves in cleaning the city, making the surrounding is clean. What I can criticize is about now these drums, the drums to put the rubbish. We don't have all those dustbins, so they should be allocated some let's say 100 meters. Are collecting dump.
The United Nations is sounding the alarm over worsening human rights conditions in Mali. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk criticized recent legal changes by the transitional government, including a law allowing indefinite presidential terms without elections and a decree dissolving all political parties. Turk warned that these actions violate citizens' rights to participate in democratic processes and called for the laws to be urgently repealed. Let's talk about sports now, and in a dramatic twist, Chad scored a last-minute equalizer to hold Ghana to a 1-1 draw in the 2026 FIFA World Cup African qualifiers. Cameroon cruised to a 3-0 victory over Eswatini, while Sierra Leone and Guinea-Bissau ended their match in a 1-1 stalemate. Today, 14 matches are scheduled across the continent, including Kenya versus Gambia, Uganda versus Mozambique, Namibia versus Malawi, Somalia versus Guinea, South Sudan versus DR Congo, Zimbabwe versus Benin, Lesotho versus South Africa, and Tanzania versus Congo. And that will be all for today. Don't forget to leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel, DW Africa. I am Ajua Tinkrama Domina.